What's up, you guys? My name is Maisie and I am so excited that you are here because that means that this YouTube channel has officially started. It has been a really long process of trying to figure out all the details and exactly what I want this channel to be about, but the time is now and I'm so excited to start this journey with you. So before we get started with today's Q&A video, I wanted to give you a quick rundown of exactly who I am, but I figured that this whole video can kind of just be like you getting to know me so that we can kind of like create this relationship and you can actually trust the things that I'm saying. So, my name is Maisie and I am from a small town in Illinois. It's basically a cornfield, but I grew up there, and then when I turned 18 I moved to a little town outside of Atlanta, and so I currently live here now. I'm 21 and I am just finishing up my last semester of college at Kennesaw State University, where I'll be graduating with a degree in integrative studies, which is a Bachelor of Science, and that means that I get to study like 2 majors at once, which is like the best thing ever. So I get to study communications and apparel and textiles, which is basically fashion. So I get to do all the things that I love, which is wonderful because not only do I focus on those things at school, but I'm also a fashion blogger, a lifestyle blogger, kind of throw all those things together. But that is also what I do for work. So I get to do all that for fun and for school. So it kind of works out in my favor. I also lead a 6th grade girls small group at church. It is like my favorite thing ever. They are the best and they have taught me so much more than I ever could have taught them because they're pretty awesome. Not only do they teach me about just like unconditional love and basically just being a generation that is rising up to love God and to love people, but they've also taught me a lot of really cool lingo, and I didn't know that I was that old, but unfortunately it's time and I am old now, and now they have to teach me the lingo. I was not ready for that in the slightest bit. Okay, so that's just a quick little rundown of who I am, but next I'm going to jump into some of the questions that my Instagram followers had asked me so that you guys can get a better understanding of who I am, and we'll just go ahead and get this party started. I want this channel to be a place that you can come when you feel like you need some girl time, some advice, makeup tips, clothes, like all the things. Anything you need, I want you to be able to come here and feel like you're hanging out with a friend, because moving to a new city, I know that sometimes life gets a little bit lonely, and I know that I went to a lot of people online that really helped me a lot, make me feel like I was surrounded by more people and it doesn't feel so lonely. So I hope that I can kind of do the same thing for you guys, because you guys have been a community to me on Instagram, and so I'm hoping that if we kind of extend this to more of a video thing, that we can all like hang out and it'll feel more like actual girl time. So we're gonna go ahead and start answering some questions that I got on Instagram, and yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so the first question is, if you could own your own store, what would it be? Hands down, a clothing store. I have always dreamed of opening my very own boutique, so I hope to do that someday, but also, like, this is really far-fetched, but in my heart, I would love to design my very own clothing line and have it be sold at stores, including probably a storefront of my own, so maybe do something along those lines. Also, these questions, I've like read them, but I have not thought through the answers at all, so just bear with me because I'm just going to answer them as like quickly and honestly as I possibly can. The second question is, what is your favorite show to binge watch? You guys, like I said, I moved to a new city recently. Binge watching is like one of my... I could win the Olympics in binge watching, we'll just say that. I've done a lot of it. So one of my very favorites is New Girl. I love that show. It is so hilarious. That is one of my all-time favorites. So definitely New Girl. I would say another one would probably be Pretty Little Liars, because I've already seen it all the way through, so it's just kind of fun to like rewatch and like relive the mystery. Another one is any of the Bachelor or Bachelorette seasons. I'm a huge Bachelor franchise fan. I love all the shows, Bachelor in Paradise, all the cheesy things. I'm all about them. So those are probably my top favorite shows. I do like a lot of other genres too. I'm honestly all over the place. Like, I watch basically everything, but those shows are just near and dear to my heart. Oh, and Gossip Girl. We all like Gossip Girl, right? So the next one is that someone asked me about some of my very favorite beauty products. So I just read that and I grabbed some of my very favorites that I use every day. So I'm going to share those with you guys really quick. So we will just jump right into that. Okay, so this is the Victoria's Secret Bombshell perfume. It is my all-time favorite. I've worn this perfume since I was in 7th grade. It smells so good, and whenever people smell it, they always tell me, because I'm the only person that has worn it for so long, so whenever people smell this, they always think of me, which I think is hilarious, but I don't know what I would do if they stopped making this perfume. Knock on wood. Okay, the next product that I am absolutely in love with is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I wear this every day and it just gives the best like photo finish look, just really smooth, and I just love that they have so many shades, and I am like pretty tan right now, so I'm wearing the shade Golden, but that's what I have on my face right now, but it is pretty wonderful. I get mine at Ulta and it's only $39, but you can also use the coupons on the back of their little flyers, and you can use your points towards it, so it's not that bad. Okay, this is the Kylie Cosmetics Velvet Liquid Lipstick, and it is in the shade Goals, and I'll show it to you. I'm wearing it right now, but this is it, just like on the little applicator. It is gorgeous on. It goes on flawlessly, and it stays on really well too. So I've been wearing this like for lots of hours and it still looks pretty good. So this is definitely a keeper, and if you're looking for a good like pinky red color, especially for this season, definitely check this one out. So this one, yeah, this one's Goals. So check that out. My next favorite beauty product is one that I actually just used for the very first time today, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I got it for Christmas. It is the Brooklyn & Bailey mascara. So let me just show you. It has, it's like a pretty fine, like the little bristles are pretty fine on it. So this mascara isn't really your glamorous lashes mascara, but it's more of like a natural everyday. It looks so good on. Like, your lashes will not be clumpy. They will not look like, you know how sometimes they just get like, I don't know, they get kind of gross sometimes. But when you put this on, like, it separates all of your lashes, makes them look so long. And if you use it with an eyelash curler, you are good to go. Next up is this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 eyeshadow palette, and they have the most beautiful colors ever. It is so cute. They have some really good, well, it's like mostly shimmer shades and one matte shade, but I use this every day now. I had to kind of transition away from the Naked palette because I decided that I've been wearing that since probably 8th grade. It's about time for something new, so I decided to maybe try something a little different this time. So I've been using a lot of Tarte eyeshadows, and then I also been using this one. It's just the like a single shade of it, but this one is the Tarteist metallic shade. This is Speak Easy, and it's just like this really pretty like burgundy cranberry color. It is so pigmented and just beautiful on. I'm not wearing this one today. I usually save this for like more dramatic eye looks, but that is another one of my very favorites. And last but not least, everyone's #1 question to me: how are you so tan? It would be Loving Tan 2 Hour Express, and I wear the color dark. Y'all, this is the best stuff. I've tried so many self-tanners because I am incredibly pale, really, but I hate being pale, and it's just, I just feel so much better when I'm tan, and when my face is tan, I don't have to wear makeup all the time, so I use this stuff all over my body, and it is the best. I also get this at Ulta, but you can get it online. I know a lot of celebrities do, like, if you use their code, you can get a free applicator mitt. So that's actually a pretty good deal, but this is not that expensive either. I think it's like 40-ish for a bottle, but it lasts a really long time, and I promise you will love it because it works so well. Okay, so the next question is, what are your best life organization tips? Okay. I feel like my life sometimes is so crazy because I do go to school full time. I'm graduating a year early, so I've been taking 18 to 19 credit hours every single semester as of recently. And I cheered in college for 2 years, Division I. I worked 2 jobs. I work for the athletics department at my school. I work for the football team at my school, and I also do blogging and all that extra stuff on the side. So I'm pretty busy, but some of my best life organization tips, oh my goodness, where do I even begin? Okay, I would say #1, get a planner. Get a planner, get a planner, get a planner. Actually, I have mine in here. This is my brand new planner I just got for Christmas. I'm so excited to use it. I always get the Kate Spade planners because they just have so much room in them, and they come with little stickers that are super cute. And number 2, they have like vacation, to do, don't forget, little quotes, like if you're going to the movies, a little movie sticker, all the fun things. But they just have so much space that you can write like all the things. There's so much room in here. And then it also has, like, at the beginning of each month, it has like a calendar, like your average calendar too. So it kind of has best of both worlds in here. But there's just so much room, and which is so nice for people who have a lot going on. So what I usually do with that one is I will color code them. Some things I put in pen, some things I put in pencil, mostly in pen because I have this thing where I only use these Pilot G10 pens in blue, in the shade blue. In the shade, it's not makeup, it's a pen in the color blue. But I use those for all my homework, all my planning, everything. So that's another thing. Get pens and pencils that you actually like, because if you feel like you're constantly like breaking your pencil or your eraser smudges your paper, you're not going to want to work on things and organize things. Just get ones that you actually like. It's worth a little bit of a splurge, just do it, because I promise it will make things so much easier. Another life organization tip that I have just like recently been trying to enforce in my own life has been automating things. So like, you can, now with the internet, you can automate so many things, makes your life so much easier. So a couple of examples of what this may be. Number one could be grocery shopping. You can automate that. So you can go online and place your order, go pick it up in an hour, and they'll bring it out to your car. Like, so easy. Amazon makes it super easy to do the same thing. They even have things, I know now, they've got like these buttons. I think they have them for like laundry detergent, toilet paper, and like little things that you always keep in the same place. But there's a button, and when you run out of whatever it is, so say I'm like doing laundry and I'm like down to 4 Tide Pod and I need more, you just click the button and it orders them. It charges to your card, orders them, and sends them to your house that fast. How incredible is that? So even just like taking away all the little responsibilities that you have to do all the time can help alleviate so much stress and keep you organized and able to focus on the things that you really need to focus on. So another way of like automating things, I'm trying to think, like paying your bills. Like you can set that up on your phone that your bills will just like automatically pay like on X day of every month. You can kind of just like set it up so that all those things can be taken care of for you, and then you don't have to stress about it anymore, which is wonderful. So I guess my best life organization tips would be get a planner, get a lot of pens and pencils, or one or the other, whichever you prefer, that you really, really like, because it really helps so much. And then I guess just automating things and actually keeping up with your calendar/planner. If you are more of a person who does better kind of using your computer instead of like handwriting things, because I kind of go through phases where I'm like that too. What I honestly do a lot of the time is I make an Excel spreadsheet at the very beginning of the semester, and I go through, print out all of my syllabi, I hate that word, print out all of my syllabi, and then I go through and I add all of the due dates and all that stuff in, like in order, and then I just go through and I knock them out before they're even close to done. And then by the end of the semester, it's like the last 2 months I have no homework and I'm just chilling because I already worked my butt off in the beginning of the semester. Makes it so much easier, and you can spend those last couple months getting excited for Christmas or getting excited for summer, and you don't have to stress about all the little homework assignments. All you gotta do is study for tests. Basically, that would be it for you. Okay, and this question is, are you recently single, and will you share on that anytime soon? I am recently single, if you call like 8 months recently, but yes, I am, and people have asked kind of why that happened. So if that's what your question was and why you're here, then I guess you're in the right place. But I don't want to get super into it, but basically I just had to make a really tough decision that I wasn't anticipating having to make, and so I did have to make a decision to end the relationship that I was in. I had to stand up for the way that I know I deserve to be treated and the way that girls in general deserve to be treated, and I left what was comfortable for a life that I am unsure of, and it's definitely gotten easier as time goes on, but it has affected me a lot. This summer was really, really hard for me, and I was going through a ton. I lost a lot of weight, I was losing hair, things were really, really rough for me, but I'm doing really great now, and I've also gotten some questions about if I'm dating. The answer is yes. So I do go on some dates and stuff sometimes, but as of now, I do not have a boyfriend. I'm just kind of waiting for God to be like, yo, he's the right one, and I'll be like, cool, we gonna do this then. But yeah, I'm excited to meet the person that I am supposed to be with, but people change, and it's never too late to turn back and stand up for yourself and know your worth, know how much you deserve to be loved and cared for, and you're never setting too high of standards when it comes to the way that you're being treated, even if it's the person that you think you're supposed to be with and all those things. So I guess if you're kind of going through this similar situation, I guess my best advice would be just to pray about it a lot and be ready for God to speak, because I did the same thing and I was just waiting for him to fix it. But instead of fixing it, it just became more clear to me that that wasn't the right relationship and that someone is going to treat me the way that I deserve to be treated. Next question is one of my very favorites. It says, what made you accept Christ as your Savior? I guess what made me give my life to him is just knowing that the life that I could plan for myself wasn't going to fulfill me in a way that the same way that the life that Christ will give me will fulfill me. So I guess I was always just looking for things in the wrong places and just living a life that I've accepted Christ in my heart, and I pray and I read my Bible, I do all those things. Like, the life that I'm living now is just so much more fulfilling because I feel like I've recognized my worth and how actually loved that I am by him, and just that the earthly things, they don't matter near as much as I feel like they did before I gave my life to Christ. It's been a really exciting relationship that I've had to learn to navigate. But yeah, that was a really good question. I feel like just because I wanted to take advantage of the love that he so freely gives. So yeah, I love that. That's a really good question. The next question is, how do you juggle life, school, and blogging? That is a really good question too, because I don't know how I do it. Sometimes I don't do it, but I try my best. I guess probably just planning ahead of time. I plan most of my Instagram content, gets ready to be sent out maybe a couple days before it actually happens, sometimes up to a week before the post actually goes live. So a lot of the time I will take pictures, edit them, come up with captions, get them arranged in the way that I want on an app that I use to plan all my Instagram posts, and then I have them all saved in my drafts, and when it's time to post, I usually do it at the same time, I have a prime time every day, or however often I'll go through, pick the post that's supposed to go up. All I have to do, the whole thing's already done, just click next, post, done. Then I don't have to think about it. So I guess it just goes back to automating things, kind of just giving yourself, making it easy on yourself, because life's already hard, so just make it as easy as you possibly can. I do a lot of batch work, so one day I'll focus strictly on homework. I do a ton of homework in one day, knock it all out, and then I'll be done with homework for 2 weeks or whatever it is. Then I can focus on the blog, or just things like that. But when it comes to life and my social life, it is really challenging to kind of get out there because I am always working, whether that's school, blog, working at work. I do a lot of that. I'm not in a sorority, I don't do any of that kind of stuff, so mostly my social life is just at church, and then my best friend is my sister, and she actually lives with me right now, so we get to hang out all the time, which is super, super awesome. That is all that I have for you guys right now, but I'm just so excited to kind of get going on this whole thing with you guys. It's been a long time coming, so I'm so glad that it's finally here. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's @typicalmaze, and I'll be linking that down below. You can follow me there, and you'll be able to find more everyday content, because I don't know how often I'm going to post these videos, but every day pretty much you can find me on Instagram. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we will hang out again soon. Bye!